Hey everybody! So it's part 2 of Chris and Rebecca play Mass Effect Andromeda. And if you didn't catch the first one, Chris is sick, he lost his voice, so I'm speaking for the both of us, so there may be occasional awkward pauses, and I may make jokes to myself, but really I'm talking to him, and I'll try to explain them. So, we're playing as Scott, what's his last name again? Scott Ryder. How is Scott Ryder doing? How's Scott Ryder doing? Is he doing good at his job? What's his job? Don't you want to know? Oh, yeah. I want to know.
That's a good idea. I didn't mention on the first episode. The story of this game is that you're a person. This analysis provides us with
So, Scott is a Pathfinder, and what does a Pathfinder do? His father, Alec, also did this trade.
I might be drooling a little bit. Spoiler alert. This must be what Clancy meant.
So, in the beginning of the game, here's a spoiler! The guy dies. The dad. Alec the dad dies. Oh, that's sweet. He died to save his son / twin sister.
And in doing so, he transferred this AI called Sam.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually, he keeps talking. He kind of sounds like a boring Jarvis.
Okay, so there's an AI called Sam that was passed on to Scott through Alec in his death. And so, is it in his helmet or is it in his head?
It's in him.
Inside him. Oh,
He has like this, like,
that's an interesting inheritance.
yeah, and so he became and he's like
Oh, so the Pathfinder is a legacy because it passes on that technology.
yeah.
So, is he the only Pathfinder in the world?
Looks like the forward station supplies are intact.
Downloading the right now he is, Pathfinder is like it's not like Jedi, there's not a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only one. And his job,
So he's like the last Airbender.
kinda.
So there's only one Pathfinder.
Yeah, and the whole job of the
And
Pathfinder
Highlander.
is to find planets that are hospitable.
Ah. But if they already found a hospital, apparently...
They found a galaxy, but they don't know what's in the galaxy. So they send like 32,000 different people and species, aliens, from the Milky Way to go inhabit it.
Okay, so they sent 32,000 people from the Milky Way with this guy Pathfinder, and his job is, as he is like basically the only one, he has to find where they can inhabit in this galaxy and what works out.
Yeah, like if he has to negotiate with people.
So he's an ambassador for Earth.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so he can negotiate with indigenous tribes.
He's also an adventurer.
It'll get you up there in a snap.
He's kind of like a really cool Indiana Jones kind of dude. Like he's like if Indiana Jones and a politician combined together.
So apparently Scott / Sarah is Indiana Jones combined with a politician, which that's a pretty good like
Pretty sweet.
role in life, I assume.
Levels within acceptable
I
limits.
think so.
Yeah, I would like to be Indiana Jones, but with like the hindsight to like get a dean to do what he says.
This thing I was piloting right now is called it's called the Nomad. And
That's called the Nomad, that ship that we were just looking at.
well, car.
Car Tankeroni. Oh yeah, Tankeroni. Don't you know you have to add Aroni to everything? Dunzo. That is correct. That's pretty. Shiny rock everywhere and little things on the floor. It's an alien interface.
It's working.
So have we interacted with aliens yet?
Glyphs. With more glyphs
I
to
have
expand my
in
database
the
from
Sarah
Habitat
game,
7,
but
I
we
could
haven't.
interface fully with across.
So not yet in Scott's storyline have we interacted with aliens. So we're just seeing all these structures that they already have, and we're messing with them without talking to them first.
Well, because there's no inhabited life there.
Okay, so we don't believe there's inhabited life.
Yeah, plus, well, no, I'm sorry, I did encounter one group of aliens, they're the main bad guys in the game, and it's funny because the guy says, wait, we have to follow protocol. He's like, what's
It's
protocol?
slippery, but there's a
Don't
I
shoot
detect
first.
no additional glyphs.
Okay, so we have encountered some aliens, but they're bad guys, and the protocol involving that is to not shoot first. So we're waiting for them to be evil, and then we're going to take them down. Oh, so they did shoot
Yeah,
you.
we established, okay, these are the main, these are like like the Goombas
Okay.
of the game, like the main.
So they are the bad guys.
Yeah,
Mr. Bad Guy. What about them?
they're up there. That's fucked up. They're not supposed to be there.
Okay, those people are not supposed to be there. How dare they? They're trespassing.
I apologize for any discomfort.
AKA, it's a glitch and he's laughing at me. Doesn't that guy kind of look like a really beat up Jonas brother?
That
Yes, he
proved
does.
extremely
I
hazardous.
agree.
You agree? That's a surprise. You usually don't agree with me.
Stable.
Like,
Doubling our power input
Jonas
might accelerate
Brothers.
the process.
I'll give it a
Italian
shot.
cousin Fabricio Jonas.
So this is Chris says that this is Fabricio, the Italian Jonas brother.
Back off, or I will put you down.
Yeah, that is a cute girl. I like that she has that like black stuff around her eyes.
She's really cool. Her name's
Is it makeup or her skin?
Studying tech for months. I don't know how.
What'd you say her name was?
PB.
PB. That's a strange
Time to
name.
get off.
You don't just throw people off ya.
Being sat on, huh?
I like being sad.
I know. Who am I?
I'm not gonna say.
Say it. How
Saw
dare
the
you?
ship swoop in.
You
You're a
would say it.
pathfinder.
I didn't say
Beginning
it.
to think the
I bypassed Chris. I'm the one in charge here.
No, it's my show.
You're for
Oh, that sounded so sad with your voice cracking. He said, "But it's my show." And I'm like, "Oh."
Maybe you want to knock me down.
So is this Jonas brother gonna get with PB?
No, that's
You
okay.
can.
You're off.
Oh, you can. Interesting.
Solidly built, actually.
Okay, so let's talk about romance. That's what Chris said.
So my plan.
I love to talk about romance, by the way.
My plan's to have Scott get with the blonde.
So Scott is your plans are to have Scott date the blonde girl. Okay.
And then Sarah.
And Sarah on his other playthrough is going to date.
I forgot her name right now actually.
Oh, he doesn't remember her name. That's not a good sign of a loving relationship. So Sarah's co-pilot with red hair. So Sarah is going to be a lesbian with a Scottish accent girlfriend.
Sarah's not gonna be a lesbian with Scottish accent.
No, I said that her girlfriend has a Scottish accent.
Remnant was a
Actually,
lot
it's funny
messier.
because Sarah
The remnant?
tried hitting on the blonde girl.
These
And she made it
monoliths,
very
the
clear
observer and assembler bots.
Ah, so Sarah in his other playthrough hit on the blonde girl, and she was like, "No, I don't swing that way."
It's better as PB.
Yeah.
Ryder.
It's interesting. And then when I found her as Scott,
Interessante.
she's like,
Remnant technology?
Oh, so Scott has a. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So Scott has a chance, is what you're saying.
Habitat 7.
he's not
We're hoping you can do the same for you.
Not in like Flynn, but he's like adjacent.
Manipulation? Maybe.
What's adjacent to in like Flynn?
Connected. You interfaced with this
Kinda okay.
and now it's pinging the others.
Ralph?
If you wake them up too, they
No, I don't like that. I don't think that's a good one. He said that the adjacent to in Lake Flynn is out like sauerkraut, but I don't think so because adjacent it means like like it's similar, it's close, and out is the opposite.
Okay,
So I think that's wrong.
we want. Just try. It's not like we can make this planet worse.
Yeah, I have a microphone that does make me right.
Here, take my nav point.
Gives me the power. Ultimate power.
Kinds of strange.
There can only be one.
okay, so this is actually a pretty good time to stop. Can we find my car?
So we're going to be stopping shortly. First, we're going to get in the Bugmobile.
So, this is kind of like my final first, like this is like.
So
a
this
summary.
is Chris's summary of his first impressions of Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah. At the moment,
Currently,
I'm really enjoying it.
he's enjoying it.
I'm about 5 hours in on the Sarah playthrough,
He's about 5 hours in on the Sarah playthrough,
and I think that
and he thinks.
stop that. I think that I think if you're a Mass Effect fan, if you really enjoy the original trilogy, you're gonna enjoy this.
So if you really enjoy the original trilogy, if you're a fan of the series, then you'll like this.
But if you're hesitant or if you've never played a Mass Effect game, you might find it fun, but there's a chance that you might be.
If you haven't played Mass Effect before, if this is your first entry into the series, you might be kind of like, I don't know, it's a little weird.
So in that case, I think. Oh, well, hold on. Let me finish my thought. In that case, I think that if you're a Mass Effect fan, it's well worth the $60.
So for Mass Effect fans, Mass Effects, it it is worth the $60.
But if you're a casual or you a
But
gamer or you've never played Mass Effect, maybe wait for the price drop.
but casual gamers or people that haven't played this series should probably wait for a price drop before they invest in it.
Also, even though I like the combat, I did not enjoy it. Personally, I did not enjoy the multiplayer.
And he wanted to add that while he enjoyed the combat, he did not like the multiplayer,
Which revolves more around combat. That's fine.
which has a lot to do with combat, so it makes it a little problematic.
Yeah, it just seems honestly tacked on. And, I think the game is fine by itself.
So he thinks that the game is fine without it, and that the multiplayer feels tacked on.
But anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And of course, if anyone wants me to do a full playthrough of this game in my regular series, just leave a comment, and I'd be more than glad to do that.
And to close the thoughts, if you really enjoyed this look into it, then let Chris know if you would like to do, if you would like him to do a full playthrough in the comments.
So before we close out, I want to thank you, Becca.
He wants to thank me because I'm amazing.
Yes, and for being my voice. And
I'll always be your voice.
and we'll be back next week with. I'm sorry. This week we're gonna do another Uncharted video, and hopefully it'll be back to me because hopefully my voice will be.
So Chris will be back later this week with another. Sorry, I keep yawning. I'm trying not to. But Chris will be back later this week with another episode of Uncharted 4. Hopefully, he will have his voice back by then. But if not, you'll see me.
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. Bye.